All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. Welcome back to Grind Hard Fitness. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be day two of the Quarantine Chronicles. All right, yesterday we talked about motivation and the reason why I started this journey. Today, we're going to go ahead and move on with something different. I want to talk about uh, the different things that I've tried along the way, maybe some things that worked for me, certain things that didn't work for me, some of the things that I adjusted, and the reasons why. So, first of all, in the beginning, all I did was basically cut out everything that I felt was, causing me to gain weight, or maybe some of the things that I was just eating too much, such as like candy, a bunch of chips. I was always drinking sodas. And basically, what I started to do was cut these things out. And on top of that, I started cutting out like bread. And of course, everybody knows I'm Mexican. They know I love them tacos. They know I love tortillas. But I basically started cutting everything out. And things started definitely show results uh, going this way. Uh, I have watched other YouTubers, and they basically call it the common sense diet, right? It is common sense that these things will cause you to gain weight. So, like I said in the beginning, this is what I started doing, and also I started trying to meal prep. Keep in mind, I've never meal prepped, and before this, what I would do is pretty much buy lunch and breakfast every day. I would start my day off with a Red Bull, a Monster, just whatever I could find, some donuts, things that are really not healthy for you. And for lunch, I would still buy something, any fast food that I can find, or just even go to the gas station and find whatever they had there. So, my first order of operation was to try try and meal prep. Maybe it wasn't perfect, but it was better than what I was doing, right? Better than that fast food. So basically, when I started meal prepping, it was more of a bro style, I guess you could call it. I started doing some of that brown rice, some broccoli, some chicken breast, and for breakfast, all I would do was, I guess, I don't know why I thought, or maybe it is, like I said, I don't know. I'm still learning, so this is what I started doing. I'm just being 100% real. Uh, I would do more of just like a breakfast bagel with egg whites, and then, like I said, for lunch, I would do the brown rice and the chicken breast. And I got in the habit of in the afternoon, for dinner, I would do salad with any type of meat, given it would be either chicken, beef, fish, whatever I could find. And that's pretty much what I stuck with until I got curious about the keto diet, and I started watching, different videos, or I started trying to ask questions to people that were more familiar with the keto diet, and I started watching Goody Beats, Goody Beats on YouTube. He's definitely one of the bigger influencers with the keto diet, and I did get in touch with him through Instagram. We had a couple of conversations as to what I should do, get an idea of the things that I should be doing. And that's when I really started to, experiment more with it. I started to cut out, the different carbs and try to increase the fats in the diet. And, this is something that, I really enjoyed. Uh, and moving on, like I said, I experimented with different things. There was a time period where I went through Herbalife and gave that an opportunity. Once again, I respect every single thing that, every lifestyle that is out there. Whatever works for you, and I'm not gonna disrespect it, because at the end of the day, it's all about making yourself better. But like I said, shout out to my friends out at One Life. Shout out to Hector. Shout out to Roxy. Shout out to Andrew. And like I said, this is something that I went through. I tried Herbalife, and it showed results for me, and it definitely helped. But in the back of my mind, I was still, I would say, you know, wanting more of the keto diet, and this is the reason why I went back to it. Definitely, like I said, I definitely showed results with Herbalife, and I definitely respect it. I have a new respect for it, and if it's something that you want to give a shot, it's worth giving a shot to find something that works for you. And I also tried doing the vegetarian or vegan, and to be honest, I gave it an opportunity. It just was not for me. You know, I don't knock it till you try it. It just didn't work out for me. Maybe I wasn't, like I said, maybe I wasn't doing it properly. But if you're not comfortable with doing something, and you're not gonna be able to be consistent, you're just gonna fall off. Just being honest with you, you got to do something and find something that you can take it and do it every day. Something that you can live with, because this whole health thing, this whole fitness thing is not just is not temporary. It's something that you should look for, being the long run. So uh with that being said, also with I guess you could call it cheat meals, or dirty eating, or whatever you want to call it. I'm a firm believer that this is a lifestyle change, and this is something that you should live by every single day. It's not, like I said, it's not temporary. So you shouldn't keep yourself from eating the things that you enjoy every now and then. Like I said, it's not going to be every day. So go ahead and enjoy those meals, especially when you're with family, when you're on vacation. Just enjoy yourself, live the moment, because that's part of it. Health is not, like I said, it's not physical. It's not just physical. It's also mental. It's also emotional. So go ahead and live the moment and make those memories with your family, with your friends. You know, don't be afraid. One day that you fall off, or 2 days that you fall off, is not gonna hurt the whole process that you've gone through. So just live the moment, you know. Like I said, this is gonna be something that you're gonna go with, hopefully, for the rest of your life. Uh, you know, for myself, I'm just being 100% honest. I've been on vacation, I've been out with friends, I've been out with family, and I have fallen off. And like I said, this is something new to me. This is something that, it's only the beginning. I've only a year, a year and 5 months into this whole transformation, this whole journey. So I do have that fear, or I don't want to call it 100% fear. Uh, I want to be more. I guess my conscience eats me alive when I go and binge eat, or I have a couple drinks. I'm not a heavy drinker or anything like that, but when I do enjoy those drinks with some friends and family, I guess it's in the back of my mind, like, what are you doing? But it's something that I know I have to overcome. I cannot be living afraid to enjoy the moment. So that's definitely something that I'm gonna practice, and I'm gonna, continue to work on. Not to be afraid of eating, not to be afraid of doing different things, especially with like I said, with family. You gotta enjoy that time, because you're here today, but you don't know if you're gonna be here tomorrow. So go ahead and just enjoy it. Uh, like I said, another thing that I would go heavy on is, just because I would do it in high school, and during those years of playing football, I was pretty big on like protein shakes. And in the beginning, I was, man, I was all on them, but uh, throughout this time, they are definitely a very useful tool. But to me, I learned to get these macros from Whole Foods, which I do recommend. Um, you don't want to be just depending on a supplement for whatever reason. You gotta try you gotta try to use your food to hit your macros. You know, this is something that you should learn to do, because it's a more natural source. like I said, shakes and supplements are definitely useful tools, but my first resort would be Whole Foods and stuff like that. Uh, you know, something that I do use, uh, a supplement that I do use, and I pretty much stick to it since I learned about it, is pre-workouts. I enjoy pre-workouts. It's just something that gets me in my zone. It gets my focus going. It definitely gives me a good pump. Uh, I used to do C4s, and to be honest, it just didn't cut it for me. I didn't feel that intensity in me. I don't know what it is. I just didn't feel it. So the next one that I tried was I believe it's pronounced Mr. Hyde. If I'm saying it wrong, go ahead and feel free to correct me. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm human. But this is a pre-workout that I've enjoyed pretty much every flavor that I've tried. I've enjoyed, the way it makes me feel personally, the pump I get, that focus, be able to get in my zone. This is something that helps me out. And like I said, if I don't have it, I don't have it. It's whatever. But if I do have it around me, I'm gonna take it because it's something that works for me. It's something I'm gonna continue to do. Uh, if somebody has any recommendations as to a better pre-workout or something I should try, feel free to leave a comment. I'm not against trying new things because I'll tell you what, this whole deal has definitely taught me new things. I used to not even like vegetables. I used to hate broccoli. I used to hate spinach. I never had a salad even when I would go out to eat like Olive Garden where you get a salad, before you get your meal. I would say no thank you. But like I said, I learned to love every single part of this. I learned I discovered new flavors, I discovered new recipes. I started learning how to cook. This is something that is, like I said, it's just a learning process, and I'm not against learning. I started overcoming a lot of fears. I ran my first Savage race in the year of 2019. I was only 8 months into the journey, and I said, to hell with it. I'm gonna give it a shot. Why not? Why not try new things? Why not experiment? And I appreciate my boy Victor. You know, he told me, let's go ahead and do it, and he stuck by me, along the way, and we ran it. We finished strong, and hopefully this whole COVID-19 deal, blows over pretty quick or pretty soon, because I really do. I look forward to it. I would like to run it in 2020, and if anybody wants to run it, and it's a possibility, let's go ahead and make a team. Let's go ahead and get it going. Let's start training for it. And like I said, hopefully this whole deal blows over. Everybody's safe. It's safe to go back out there and run this race, because I tell you what, it's very very tiring, very physical, but there's no better satisfaction than crossing that finish line. There's a lot of people out there that run it. There's young people, older people, there's families that run it. I saw a lot of people that I could tell were struggling to finish, but they had the heart to finish, and that's all that matters. Having the heart and the dedication to do something that you really put your mind to. Um, like I said, there's a lot of things that I still wanna continue to learn. I still wanna continue to try. And like I said, once this whole deal is done with me and having these 14 days done, I'm just staying home, trying to stay safe, keep my family safe, keep the house clean. Why? Because I'm ready to get back out there. I'm ready to start getting back to work. I'm ready to, hopefully the gyms start, to open up 100%. People start living life. I don't want to say normal, because uh, I don't think it's gonna be 100% normal the way it used to be. But this is, like I said, this whole experience maybe is a blessing in disguise, because we learn to be a lot more cleaner out there. And there are still people throwing out their mask, throwing all them gloves in the street. And I'm against that. Try to keep the world clean, try to make the world a better place, because if we don't take care of it, like I said, we're here today, and who knows tomorrow. So when this whole deal is done, uh I I've already reached out to Angel Diaz and Alpha Static competitors. I don't know him, personally, but I've seen a lot of good things come out of Alpha Statics, and he is related to people that I do know from high school, and I want to give it a shot as to having a personal trainer, seeing where I can get with this journey, see what it brings for my future. This podcast is something for me to vent, a way to communicate. Like I said, hopefully inspire somebody to do something positive, even if it's working out or just trying new things. I wanna show I want to show that don't have that fear, don't hold back to do things that you want to do. Just put your mind to it. Just practice and practice and practice. And at the end of the day, as long as you're getting better, that's all that matters. The way you feel about you. Uh, Another example of that would be like my DJ company. In the beginning, it was just about, I wanted to give it a shot, see what I could do with it. And, I started with doing school events. And to be honest, uh, the little things that I had, I felt so proud of. I started, DJing with some speakers I had from a surround sound in the living room. But I knew that if I kept going with it, I would get somewhere. I didn't even have a mixer. I was mixing off of a virtual DJ off my laptop. I didn't even have any headphones to listen to what the hell I was doing. But the fact that I wanted to do it and I had the heart to even give it a shot, I think that's what counts. And I'm not gonna deny, I don't consider myself the best at it, but it's something that I enjoy. It's something that I'm passionate about, and it's been about 10 years that I've started this company, and to watch it grow the way it has, I feel so blessed because if I put a picture of my setup now as to when I started, man, it is day and night, and I appreciate A Plus Academy, which is the high school that I graduated from. They gave me my first opportunity, with the homecoming dance, and then I did prom for the class of 2012, and I lost connection with them for about 2 years, and then they reached out to me once again to start doing their homecoming and prom, and ever since then they've been some loyal customers, and also Inspired Vision Academy, which is their sister school. I appreciate them. They gave me the opportunity to begin, and it's a blessing. I remember the first time that I DJ'd their homecoming dance. Uh, like I said, I was still attending the high school, and man, I'll never forget this day. They gave me. It was around the time that I was struggling with my mom's health. And I'll talk about that in a different podcast. I was just going through a rough time in life, but uh, the night before the homecoming dance, they called me into the office, and they gave me a gift, which was a whole lighting setup. I didn't even have any lights. I just had those speakers from, the surround sound in the living room. And they gave me these lights, just to have my first light show. And man, I'll tell you what, I felt like I was like the biggest DJ out there because I had lights, I had my little speakers going. But uh, you know, when people actually support you and they have your back, there's nothing you can't do. So if there's somebody that you know you really if you really have somebody's back, go ahead and let them know. Once again, and I'm gonna keep repeating it over and over again on these podcasts. We're here today, and we don't know if we're gonna be here tomorrow. So if there's somebody that you love, go ahead and tell them you love them. If there's a friend that you got their back, go ahead and let them know you got their back, because you never know. It may take just one word, a word conversation to change their lives forever, and you know, just keep it going. Uh, you know, so now I hope once I get through this and I have my fitness consultation with Angel, uh, we can take this to a whole nother level. Give it a shot and learn from this. And uh, I think I saw a video where he was showing his new office in downtown Dallas, and that's a big step. That's a big step, and I give him props. Uh, and if we can somehow team up and even make a podcast with Alpha Aesthetics, I would be more than happy to help him out as well, because it's all about networking. It's all about meeting new people, and like I said, uh, everybody needs everybody at some point, right? So why not offer a hand and just try to make the world a better place. So like I said, this is something new for me, and it still feels awkward just sitting here in my room, making this podcast, recording it, talking to myself pretty much. But I hope the things that I'm saying are at least making you think, making you reflect, because like I said, I'm being as real as I can, and it's coming from the heart. Every single conversation that I'm having here with all the listeners, even if it's just one or two people, uh, I hope you pass on the word, and you take something away from this podcast. Like I said, this is day 2 of the Quarantine Chronicles, and if there's something that you want to talk about, if there's some type of comment you want to make, if there's a shout out you want to leave, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I'm gonna continue to upload these podcasts on Facebook and YouTube, so feel free to share and like, subscribe, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Once again, this is Grind Hard Fitness with the Quarantine Chronicles. This is Chris signing out.
Báilame como si fuera la última vez y enséñame ese pasito que no sé, un besito bien suavecito, bebé. Taqui, 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 rumba.